There was a beggar at the railway station of a city. He used to fill his stomach by begging from the passengers sitting in the trains coming and going. One day when he was begging, he saw a tall man wearing suit and boots. He thought that this person was very rich. If I beg from him, he will surely give me good money. He started begging from that tall man. Seeing the beggar, that tall man said, "You always keep begging. Do you ever give anything to anybody?" The beggar said, "Sir, I am a beggar. I always keep asking from people. I do not have the status to give anything to anyone." The tall person said, "When you cannot give anything to anyone, then you do not have any right to ask for it. I am a businessman, and I believe in transactions only. If you have something to give me, I can give you something in return." After saying this, the tall man boarded the train and left. Meanwhile, the beggar started thinking about what he had said. What the tall man had said got deeply embedded in the beggar's heart. He got down and started thinking that perhaps I do not get much money in alms because I am not able to give anything to anyone, but I am a beggar and I am not worthy of giving anything to anyone, but for how long will I keep on begging without giving anything to people? After a lot of thinking, that beggar decided that whoever gives him alms will give him something in return. He would also definitely give something to that person. But now the question running in his mind was that if he himself is a beggar, then what can he give to others in return of alms? It has been 2 days since he has been thinking about this, but he has not been able to answer his question. There was no reply. On the third day, when he was sitting near the station, his eyes fell on some flowers which were blooming on the plants around the station. He thought, "Why should I not give some flowers to the people in return of alms?" He liked the idea and plucked some flowers from there. Now he went to the train to beg. Now whenever someone gave him alms, he would give some flowers in return to the person giving him alms. People would be happy and keep those flowers with themselves. The beggar used to pluck flowers every day and distribute them among people in return for alms. In a few days, he realized that he was earning a lot. People had started giving alms. He used to pluck all the flowers near the station. As long as he had flowers, many people used to give him alms. But when he finished distributing the flowers, he did not even get alms. Now this happens every day. This continued, and one day when he was begging, he saw the same tall person sitting in the train, due to whom he had got the inspiration to give flowers in exchange for alms. He immediately went to that person, and while begging said, "Today I have some flowers to give you. If you give me alms, I will give you some flowers in return." The tall man gave him some money as alms, and the beggar gave him some flowers. The tall man liked this idea very much. He said, "Wow, what a wonderful thing. Today you have also become a businessman like me." Saying this, the tall man took the flowers and got down at his station. But the words spoken by the tall man once again entered the heart of the beggar. He kept repeating them again and again. He started thinking about what the tall man had said and became very happy. His eyes began to shine. He began to feel that now he has got the key to success by which he can change his life. He immediately got down from the train and excitedly said in a loud voice, looking up at the sky, "I am not a beggar. I am a businessman. I can also become rich." When people saw him, they thought that maybe this beggar has gone mad, and from the next day onwards, the beggar was never seen again at that station. But after 6 months, 2 men wearing suits and boots were traveling at the same station. Both of them said to each other, when they saw, one of them shook hands with the other and asked, "Did you recognize me?" The second person said, "No, because according to me, we are meeting for the first time." The first person said, "No, remember we are not meeting for the first time, but for the third time." The second person said, "No, remember we are meeting for the third time." He said, "I don't remember when we met the first 2 times. Now the first person smiled and said, "We have met twice before in this same train. I am the same beggar to whom you told in our first meeting what I should do in life, and you told me in the second meeting, who am I really?" The other person smiled and said in surprise, "Oh, I remember you are the same beggar whom I once refused to give alms, and the second time I bought some flowers from you. But where are you going today in this suit and boots, and what are you doing these days?" Then the first person said, "Yes, I am the same beggar, but today I am a very big trader of flowers. and I am going to another city for the same business work." After waiting for a while, he said again, "In our first meeting, you had told me about the rule of nature, according to which we get something only when we give something. This rule of transaction actually works. Yes, I have realized this very well, but I always considered myself a beggar. I never thought of rising above this, and when I met you for the second time, you told me that I have become a businessman. Now I understood that I have actually become a businessman and not a beggar. I understood why people are giving me so much alms, because they are not giving me alms, but they are paying the price of those flowers. Everyone is buying my flowers because they are getting cheaper flowers than this. Where would they get flowers? I was a small businessman in the eyes of people, but I was a beggar in my own eyes. After you told me, I understood that I am a small businessman. I bought a lot of flowers with the money I collected by distributing flowers in the train and became a flower merchant. People here like flowers a lot, and this liking of theirs has made me a big flower merchant today." Both the businessmen are now happy and got down together at the station and moved ahead talking about their business. Friends, we get to learn a lot from this story. The tall businessman in the story knew the rule of give and take very well. All the big businessmen of the world knew the rule of give and take very well. By using this rule of life, he has become successful. He told this formula to the beggar also. The beggar adopted this natural rule, and its effect became clearly visible in his life. He changed his thinking, and his life changed. This story tells us if we change our thinking, then anything can be achieved. If we keep considering ourselves small, then we will always remain small. To become big, we have to change our thinking and think big about ourselves. Essence of the story means that success is hidden in your thinking. Awaken your self-esteem, make your thinking bigger, and see how you reach the peak of success.